4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. I'm going on the live stream. Hello. I'm alive. I'm live. Ask anything. Anything you like. Ask anything you like. Raspberry. Raspberry goodness. Why water gets into the nose? It's just a natural reaction. Hold on, checking the live stream, checking if everything's good. Get irritated? It's just a natural reaction because you're so used to breathing in through your nose on dry land that you forget that you gotta shut that completely off when you're swimming. And you can only learn that over time. Body takes a long time to adjust to the water. Even though you try to tell your nose not to snort that water, it just does involuntarily. So you just have to give it time with enough pain. I'm the best swimmer in the world. Who? Where? Me? Is water wet? Last I checked, yeah, it's wet, pretty wet. Just get over that. Just keep exposing yourself in the water. And over time, your nose will automatically shut off and won't snort any more water up your nose. It's just a natural reaction. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. I've got about an hour to be on this live stream, so ask any questions. I'll tell you about what happened today. In the meantime, I went to an audition here in Vancouver. It was for some fit people. I don't know why. I got this notification to come down to this audition, and I was in a room full of like 15 fit people, fit guys. Some of them were like yoga background, some of them were CrossFit, some of them were like bodybuilders. It's just nice to meet a whole bunch of different kinds of people here in Vancouver with different backgrounds. And the funny thing was, like, before I entered that room, it was like dead quiet, like a library. Like everyone's just sitting there waiting to get into that casting room to be auditioned on camera and stuff. But then I entered the room and then I started chatting away with everyone. And then all of a sudden, the room became lively. We all started chatting and just talking about each other's backgrounds in fitness. Do you watch Niga Higa? No, I don't. I don't really like his style of comedy. It's just too much. Too try hard. His editing style is just too much. Like he tries really, really hard and he talks really, really fast. I get it. But every time I watch a Niga Higa video, I don't laugh. I don't smile. I don't like, oh, ha ha ha. No, that's not my style of comedy. My style of comedy is like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle. I like Russell Peters. Those kind of guys. Niga Higa, no. You know who I used to laugh about? Bro Science Life. I used to watch their videos. I used to laugh like crazy. But now, their videos aren't funny anymore for me. I don't laugh at all. Sometimes I smile, but that's it. Who else is funny? H3. Yeah, they're sometimes funny. H3. They're kind of funny. Some of their styles. Sometimes I laugh. but not like crazy laugh. Last time I crazy laughed, just watching like Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy. Yeah, I like his style. Anyways, I was in a room full of like 15 fit people, all different backgrounds. Powerlifters, CrossFit people, yoga people. You know, like, there's just so much potential here. Wherever you are in your community, you just have to go out and find it. And I just think like this smartphone generation, this generation we live in where everyone's just stuck in their own little smartphone world, is making everyone very antisocial, and it's making everyone just very shrink into their tiny little clique or world. And that's not a good thing. That's what I notice. It's not just Vancouver. Everywhere I go around the world, everyone's just glued to their smartphones. And they think that, oh, I'm part of this chat group online. I'm part of this group on my smartphone. Oh, I'm part of this community. No, you're not. That's all fake. That's all digital. You're not friends with those people that you meet online. You're friends with the people that you interact with. You share the same air and room with. You know? Those are real people. So I kind of think like people who spend... Here's another thing. Like I had this meetup recently. I was managing this online group, and then I invited them out. You know, online they're very social people, but meeting them in person, they're the complete opposite. It's like a complete facade. Like, wow, this is you in real life. This is how you talk. This is how you interact. You can't even maintain eye contact with me when you're talking. But you're a very social person. You appear to be very social online in the chat groups. So what I'm saying is people who spend most of their time online are very social online. But when it comes to the real world, when you meet these people in real life, you get really disappointed and let down. Like, oh my God, this is what you are like? You know? Can you play some Quinn Barreros? I don't know what that is. No idea. I can just about kick when I try to swim. The arms part and breathing so difficult. Should I try to master one part at a time or just go for all three? One part at a time. If you watch my videos, you don't see me putting everything together. No, I take it step by step. Take baby steps. Like people say, like, oh, I gotta fix my side breathing, blah, 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 when I'm doing my front crawl. No, you don't do your front crawl. You just work on your side breathing. That's it. You just squat in the water and just dunk your head in the water and just practice doing this. They think it's like, it's too elementary. Hey, you gotta start from somewhere, man. We all start from somewhere. Take baby steps. You know? If you take like a rich person and you take all his money away from him, take all his assets, take all of his investments, take all of everything that he owns, and you just throw him out in the real world, he would earn all of that back within a short period of time because he has the discipline, he has the training, he did the foundation, right? He knows how to make money. Same with the swimmer. If you took everything away from him and he had to start all over, he knows how to do it. If you take me out of the water for 5 years and you put me back in the water, it's still there in my head, locked in my brain. I know how to move my arms, my breathing, how to kick. Throw me in any pool, any water situation, I know how to adapt. Same thing with you. You got to take baby steps. Just put your face in the water comfortably. Am I comfortable? Is my neck flexing or not? If it's not, that's a good thing. Am I breathing comfortably? Am I blowing bubbles comfortably? Baby steps. Nobody tells you this because everyone's watching competitive swimmers and they try to mimic them, but you can't. Competitive swimmers are like doctors with PhDs. Normal swimmers like you and I, we're like people with like high school diplomas, okay? So don't try to be a PhD. Just get the diploma. 33 and never swam in my life. Now learning but can't. Started to 2 days I've been taught how to swim with a kickboard. Just 2 days, just 2 sessions. Probably you spent just 2 hours in the water. That's not enough time, man. Not enough time. Put your 10,000 hours in. Don't expect results in 2 hours. Don't expect results in 2 sessions. It's not a miracle. You're learning a completely different language for your body. That's how to adapt in water. It's going to take however long it takes for your body to adapt. It took me years and years. That's a funny thing. Another thing I want to talk about is like people who don't really see a long-term goal. I'll give you an example. I started like another group. I'm good at making groups. I started an online group for ESL students living here in Vancouver, people who are new to Vancouver. I made it for them. So I invited all these people online and I met to join this group, and I would help them out with their English, ESL questions, or living in Vancouver as a newbie. And you know what? Like 20% of them would join the group. They wouldn't post anything, ask any questions, and then a few days later they would leave the group. I'm like, that's not really long-term thinking. If you're going to study English, if you're going to study swimming, you're going to study anything or learn something in life, you have to set a goal for at least 10,000 hours, at least 2 years in order to get some sort of result. You can't expect results in 2 sessions. Yes, you can get apps or you can download something on the internet within 2 seconds, but that's like instant gratification. Like that doesn't happen with human beings. It happens with technology, but not us. So think of it that way. Spend at least 2 years swimming consistently. Are you swimming in the pool 3 to 5 times a week for 2 years straight? Look at me. I'm posting a video every day. 30-day challenge. I think I've gone beyond the 30-day challenge now. By the way, I'm eating blueberries, so I'm getting ready to go to workout. And what can I tell you about this 30-day challenge? It's very difficult. It's very hard to come up with content every day. Props to PewDiePie and all these YouTubers that make content every day, and they have like staff. I think I have to hire an editor later on because I can't really spend like 4 to 6 hours per video making. It eats up a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. You know, be the pre-production, production, and post-production team all by yourself. So what I have to say is, set a goal for 2 years if you're going to do something. Whether it's learning swimming, learning Korean, learning anything, set a goal for 2 years. And then come back to me in this same live stream and then ask me your questions, and I will help you out very, 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 very thoroughly. But I get students a lot that say, I can't get breathing. I just did 1 hour and I'm not getting it. It's like, well, you know, the body is a very stubborn animal and it doesn't listen to you. No matter how hard you train or tell it to do something, it won't listen. Even though you can control your muscles and say, I want to go into the deep end, your body has this natural instinct to rebel. It won't change. It's comfort. Order versus chaos. The body prefers order. It wants stability. It doesn't like instability. It doesn't like shock. It doesn't like pain. It doesn't like discomfort. But you know what? This is gold. This is where the gold is. This is how we evolve. Whether it's getting gains, whatever kind of gains you want. How the hell do you breathe underwater? You don't breathe underwater unless you have gills on the side of your neck. You just exhale. You have 2 options. Well, 3 options. The third option you don't want to do. When your face is in the water, you have 3 options when you're in the water. You either exhale, blow your bubbles, just do nothing, just hold your breath, which is not good because it's going to build up CO2 in your blood pressure, or you can drink the water. I would not recommend drinking the water. I recommend exhaling slowly. That's how you control your breath. Not like this. Which is what most newbies do. Okay, no, you control that breath like a big bag of sand, and boop, you take a pin and you poke it at the bottom, and it trickles out slowly and steadily. That's how the breath should be like when exhaling. Practice it. Take baby steps. How many sessions do I need? How many sessions? You need 10,000 hours. All right. Doesn't matter how many. If you work with someone, you're hiring someone. Oh, my throat. My apologies. If you're hiring someone, don't expect miracles within one session, okay? Yeah, that coach can fix a lot of things, but think of this as a long-term process. Think of it as a 2-year goal. Anything that I've done for more than 2 years, I've gotten good at it. Guitar, more than 2 years, I'm pretty good at it. Korean, more than 2 years, I'm pretty good at it. Calisthenics, more than 2 years, I'm pretty good at it. Doing YouTube, more than 2 years, I'm pretty good at it now. Swimming, way more than 2 years, more than like 20 years. I'm pretty good at it now. I understand it in and out. So, set a goal for 2 years. Work out 3 to 5 times in the pool. Every week. For 2 years. I don't care what kind of background you have, what kind of disability or negatives or disadvantages that God gave you. We were all born with that. No excuses. Just do the work. That's what I recommend. My throat. Do you live alone? And if so, does it get lonely? No, I do not live alone. And no, I'm never lonely because I always talk to everyone I meet in public. Like I said, this smartphone generation, they're all stuck in their smartphone worlds. Get your eyes, put your smartphone in your pocket. In fact, don't even take it to you. Don't take it with you when you're out and about. Go meet people. Talk to people. People want to talk. You know how, like, I see people everywhere I go, no matter where I am, no matter what country I visit. I see people just desperate for someone to listen to them. They're just screaming out silently for help. They sit on the couch. They sit with their smartphones. They're crunched in like this. They're compressing. They're just shrinking. They're devolving. It's a really sad part of the world. Smile. Make people laugh. Interact with people. Ask them questions. Be observant. Notice what people are wearing. What are they doing? How do they feel? My God, there's just so many interesting characters out there that are not like me in the world. And I always want to know what they're thinking. What are they like? So I just ask them. Like in this casting call. My God, so many interesting people in that room. I met a yoga instructor who works at Equinox. He's going to get me in for 2 weeks free. I met this another yoga teacher who works at a temple. I met this like bodybuilder who works at Gold's Gym. He was telling me about this gym that I was thinking of joining nearby. Interesting people, cool cats. You never know who you're going to meet. I heard you saying in one of your videos that using a float is rubbish. How are you supposed to learn how to kick? No, you can use a kickboard when you're practicing front kicks and back kicks. I didn't say using float. Using a life jacket is rubbish if you're trying to learn how to kick. Using fins is rubbish when you're learning how to kick because the fins and the life jacket do the work for you. Kickboard assists you. So kickboard is the only tool you really need to assist you. Whether you're treading water, front kicking, back kicking, learning how to float, doing front crawl drills. Every instructor knows that the kickboard is the basic tool. Everything else is just supplemental. Life jacket is supplemental. Marshmallow is supplemental. Pool noodle, supplemental. A boat, supplemental. Wetsuit, supplemental. These are all just ways to make money off of you. So if you want to spend money and make them rich, go ahead. Buy that stuff. But you don't need it. John, you ask a lot of questions. Good. When you were still in a relationship, have you ever taken shirt off? Of course. And she loved it. I am summer. Funny thing is that no matter how hot your girlfriend is, she always compares herself to you. And if you're fit like me, then yeah, she's going to be insecure. So, she got jealous. I am a swimmer with 5-month experience. When I swim free, I move up and down, which slows me down. I take 2 strokes. You move up and down. Seems like you need to work on being on the surface of the water. Okay? Some people have this problem of adjusting their bodies towards the surface of the water. Okay? If your body is constantly fluctuating like this, that means your kicking needs to adapt. Okay? Your kicking is not well adjusted to the water. Same with your arm pull. Same with your breathing. Sometimes maybe you're breathing like this onto your side, 45 degrees. And look what happens to your body. It sinks. And then you got to calibrate back up here. So the ideal position for your body is to be like this in the water. Okay? Water surface, this is you in the water. You're playing on the top of the surface. You're not on the very top. Your body's along that surface of the water at all times. You don't want to be below it. Because once you're below it, it's a lot harder to pull and kick. And once you're too high, it's just, your body is going to weigh you down because all of that weight, whether it's your arms or legs that are sticking out of the water, it's going to be much heavier because of that water. I'm not good at introducing myself to others and interacting with them. Not good at being interesting. Then try to do activities that do make you interesting. For example, I do calisthenics. Now, if you see me doing calisthenics at the gym, nobody else does it because everyone's scared shitless of doing it. Everyone's scared of doing a handstand in the gym and making a fool out of themselves by falling. Everyone's scared of doing a muscle because they're scared of making a fool out of themselves. Everyone's just scared, period. So I said to myself, you know what? I don't like bodybuilding. It's not for me. I don't want all this mass. I want to fit into nice, tailored suits that I buy. I want to be that Fight Club look. Slim, take off the shirt. Wow, I didn't know you have a great body. That kind of look. That's what I recommend every guy to do. Attain. Just get that nice, well-toned, athletic look. Girls don't want a gorilla body. You know why? Because they know that if they date somebody like that, their whole life is going to revolve around his workout routine, his workout diet. And it's really boring. It's very selfish. It's very narcissistic. Eating chicken breast every day. Eating steamed vegetables every day. Eating protein shakes every day. Going to the gym every day. It's all about his muscles. No, a relationship is all about the woman and the baby and her attention. That's why muscular guys, gorilla guys in the gym, they're not very social, first of all. They're in their head a lot. And they don't really date. Or the girls that they do date have some sort of, connection to fitness as well. Like they're also bodybuilders. So I don't really want to be that. So I always ask somebody who wants to get in shape. The first question I would ask them is, what kind of car do you imagine yourself driving? If you can choose any kind of car, what would it be? Any kind of car you wanted to drive, what would it be? It could be your dream car, whatever car. But that's a car you stick with for 10, 20 years of your life. So choose very wisely. So, if somebody said to me, minivan, that tells me that you don't really care about what other people think about your body. You're more about sacrificing, for your kids and stuff. So you're probably a fat person. You're comfortable being fat. So just be who you are. Be fat if you want to be comfortable. If you're comfortable being fat, drive the minivan. If someone said to me, my dream car would be a monster truck. I would drive the monster truck to the supermarket, drive the monster truck to my in-laws. I would drive the monster truck to work. Monster truck is my dream car. You are a bodybuilder. You should go into bodybuilding seriously. You're all about mass. You're all about gaining attention from everyone, looking up to you. Yeah, go ahead. Be a bodybuilder. If monster trucks are your thing, or if you said to me a Hummer, yeah, you should be a bodybuilder. Definitely. Go for it. Gain that mass. Me, I don't want to drive a Hummer. I don't want to drive a monster truck to the supermarket or to work every day. That's just such a gas guzzler. And that's what bodybuilders do. They guzzle protein instead of gas. but they require a lot of calories. They require a lot of food intake. You just shove food every day into your mouth until you puke. That's not what I want. That's not. I don't need to command respect by being the biggest guy in the room. And usually the biggest guy in the room doesn't command the respect. The person who knows how to talk to everyone, knows how to lead, is the person who commands respect. If you're a big guy in the gym, I'm not afraid of you. I'll talk to you. I'll say, hey, what are you working on? Hey, do you mind if I use that bench over there with you? And you know what? 9 times out of 10, they bow down to me. So, if you said Hummer, monster truck, yeah, be a bodybuilder. Now, if you said to me, your dream car, if you drove it anywhere you wanted every day, you used it every day, you said sports car. Depends. If you said Ferrari, yeah, you're kind of more into calisthenics, probably. Calisthenics, or just weight training. Right? You want that flashy body by taking off your shirt at the beach, but you can fit into a well-slimmed suit as well, going to work. And you don't need to get enough attention. You don't need to command attention unless you take off your shirt. You don't need to show off. You're a humble person. Sports car, yeah. But if you said my answer would be a Tesla. You know why a Tesla? Because Teslas are fuel efficient. They're energy savers. You know, they're hidden machines. If you've never seen a Tesla on the street, you wouldn't know it was just battery powered, electric powered. It doesn't consume gas. It doesn't destroy the environment with fumes and oil and all that. You think, oh, efficient. Now, my dream car would be a Tesla Roadster. I would drive that one because I don't want to pay for gas. I look good and it's flashy, but it's humble. It's like I have the flash and yet I'm humble. I want to save the environment, being energy efficient. Should I breathe for every 2 strokes or 3 strokes? Okay, the stroke question. It's up to you, man. Some people, they breathe every 6 strokes, every 5 strokes, every 4. You just calibrate. Usually what happens is you have this much stamina. And then the longer you go at it, your stamina dwindles like this. So you can start with like 10 breaths, like every 10 strokes, 9 strokes, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then one stroke, one stroke, one stroke. You see like competitive swimmers huffing and puffing near the end of their session. They're doing 1 breath, 1 stroke. That's what I do too. If I'm really pushing hard, you do the same. Try it out. But the standard is usually 3 because it balances both left and right breathing. Every 2 strokes, you're just going to be breathing on one side. So you don't want that. You don't want to develop that imbalance. You want to be balanced on both sides. I don't know. Some people, they breathe one side only. They're setting themselves up for pain, a whole bunch of pain later on because they have this deformity, or they just twist one side. So when you train with dumbbells, you train both arms. You don't just make one arm stronger than the other and one arm bigger than the other. Ugh. Who wants that? Lambo. Lambo is between a Hummer and a Tesla. So maybe, yeah, you're kind of like a bodybuilder territory. Bodybuilder territory, yes. But not so big. Alright. By the way, I see a lot of Lambos here in Vancouver and Ferraris and all that shit. And you know who drives them? Chinese kids. Chinese kids that go to school. Chinese kids that can't afford them. Chinese kids that are here while their parents are working their asses off in China or where else in the world. And you know what? These kids, you know why they're given these Lambos and all that? Because the parents, they feel guilty for not raising them, for not being there when they were young. So out of guilt, they buy their kids these nice flashy sports cars to make up for lost time, lost parenting. And if you ask these kids, would you trade your Lambo for time spent with your parents growing up? They would trade in their Lambos. A lot of kids, they just look miserable driving their Lambos around town. Very insecure kids. Would I need a Lambo? I don't need a Lambo. I can get a Tesla Roadster instead. That's the kind of car I like. Thank you. Your respect from India for your dedication to make a video today. Oh, thank you. Reading. Being taught bobs, gliding and kicking, swimming with a kickboard, and breathing underwater with 2 sessions. Next session, being taught swim without a kickboard. Not keyboard, kickboard. Is that normal? Yeah, that's normal. Again, you don't want to be dependent on the kickboard. The kickboard is there to assist you, not to do the work for you. So, make sure that you know this. The kickboard is like your training wheels. Eventually, you're going to have to take them off and ride your bike on your own. Is YouTube your full-time job? No, it's not my full-time job. I have online businesses that I run. And I like YouTube because I'm here to network, grow my subscribers, meet people. Aston Martin. Yeah, Aston Martin's nice. I was on the swim team and everyone kind of looked down on me since I was the worst swimmer on the team. Really discouraged me to keep swimming. Fuck them. They look down on you, join another team. Leave. You're paying the same amount of money. You know, in the gym, they always guys walking up to me and asking permission to use. Can I use the bench? Can I use this dumbbell? It's like, hey, we both pay the same price to get in here. Of course, it's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. Just use it, man. But thanks for being considerate, but just go ahead, grab it. You don't see me using it, go ahead. So why would you pay to join a team full of assholes that look down on you? I wouldn't. I'm gonna leave. Ugh. That's why I don't like about competitive swimmers. Competitive swimmers, they're a completely different group of swimmers. You know, the competitive swimmers are like the supermodels of the human race. They're tall, they're lanky, they look down on everyone, they think they're better than everyone. You know? They don't tell you this, and if you're a competitive swimmer, you're probably saying, oh, that's not true, but you know what? When you're at a pool, what do? You look at other people, average people swimming, and you judge them unconsciously in your head. You're like, oh, that's not how I do it. That's not how you're supposed to do it. That's not how my coach taught me. Competitive swimmers always think that. You know, they think they're better than everyone. But you know what? Don't be a competitive swimmer. It's like, you know what? Calisthenics is for the average person. Because people can't be gymnasts. Gymnasts take years and years and years to develop. You can't get that flexibility. You can't get flips and all that power within a few years. No, you gotta study gymnastics for decades to get good, really good. But you pay the price with your body. So that's why people do calisthenics. That's why I do calisthenics. I don't have the flexibility like a gymnast. I don't have the flips or the power or the dedication to spend or like to sacrifice my body, destroy my body doing gymnastics. That's why gymnasts are like, they look like chipmunks, you know? They're like compressed people because they've just destroyed their body in order to sacrifice for just greatness. Do you want to be that? Do you want to have wrist pain and like small spinal cord and just muscle aches later on in life? Calisthenics is much easier to get into. Maserati. Oh, Maserati's nice. Hello. Hey Patrick, when are you going to make videos about business? Greetings from Peru. I will be making videos about business. And they're coming soon. Here's the thing about business. If I tell you like stuff about Bitcoin, or if I tell you something about selling on Amazon, or if I tell you about how to make money, there's no point. It's kind of like teaching you how to lose weight. You need to first start with the mentality. You know, there's so many like get rich quick schemes or lose weight fast schemes, diets and fads and trends. And I look at that as a personal trainer, I think that's just all bullshit. And you know what? People they go for the easy route in life when it comes to losing weight, making money. It doesn't work. You can't learn swimming in 7 days, even though my site's called 7-Day Swim. The reason I call it 7-Day Swim is because I want you to swim 7 days a week, not learn how to swim in 7 days. But the thing is that, again, like I said, you got to do your 10,000 hours of work. You got to commit for at least 2 years. You got to work your ass off 3 to 5 times a week. And people just think it's just too much. And you can't do it. But again, they're not aiming far enough. The target is not here. The target is far, far away. And you need to get ready to aim for that such a distance, very far away. Take you a long time. But if you have the foundation, if you're making steps every day towards achieving the goal, then you'll be fine. You know? Like when I'm working I'm working on tiger bends, I'm working on muscle up 360s, I'm working on handstand presses, and I'm working on inverted V sit-ups at the gym. Am I going to get it in like one session? Am I going to get it in 2 sessions? No. It's going to take me 2 months? No. It's going to take me 2 years? Maybe. But I'm just working at it every day. Falling on my ass every day. Screwing up every day. It takes time, guys. It's not instant like a smartphone. Your body doesn't act like a smartphone. You can't download something in a few seconds and just, boom, you're on your way. No. That's not how the body works. Justin, do you think a swimmer with a time of 1 minute? I don't know, maybe. I don't time my swimming. I time how heavy I'm breathing. It's very different. Who do you follow as inspiration? Inspiration. Last night I was watching Wolf of Wall Street again. I like that movie. It's my kind of guys. People who are just go-getters. Another thing, that leads to another thing. I don't know why, but Canada, if you've lived in Canada all your life, you probably don't know of this. But Canada is the land of can't. Everybody that I run into keeps telling me can't. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't. Like, why? Who says that? Why everyone's telling me can't? And people are just no-getters here. I'm a go-getter. You know, people reject me, say no, say can't, don't do this, Justin. Fuck that. No. Break the rules, but follow the laws. Follow the laws in your country, but you can break the rules. Arnold Schwarzenegger broke the rules. Elon Musk broke the rules. You know, people laughed at Elon many years ago. He had this dream, he had this toy rocket in his hand, and everyone laughed at him. But look what happened recently. He sent the rocket into space with his own Tesla car attached to it. You know? He had a long term. It took a long time for him to do that. But he eventually got it done. He's a go-getter, that's why. Be a go-getter, not a no-getter. Be a doer, not a don'ter. This is Canada, not Cantada. And sometimes I just feel like I can't relate to most of these people that are around me. They just keep telling me can't do this, don't do this. I'm like, fuck. My God, their brains are just calcified. Like there's no room for openness anymore. No flexibility. And you know, you talk to people and say like, are you open-minded? Of course I'm open-minded. I'm so open-minded. I'm open-minded. No, you're not. You're only open-minded as far as what you've grown up living with. So if you've lived in one country, watched one TV program, and you've only experienced one culture in your whole life, then you don't know exactly what open-mindedness means. If you've lived in several countries around the world, then you're open-minded. Because if you've successfully lived in other countries, then you know that you have to adapt. You have to speak different languages. You have to adopt different cultures. You have to follow different rules or laws. But then again, yeah. Now, I'm living in Canada right now. Everyone's telling me can't do this, can't do that. It's just really hard sometimes for me. It's just frustrating because I want to get things done. A lot of people just keep saying no, can't, no, don't. So it's really hard meeting people like me. Love the way you think and argue on topics. Were you ever on the debate? No, I didn't. I hated debate teams. Those are stupid. Debate teams are all about, to me, it looks like they're just arguing. And you, like I said about arguing is pointless. You've already shown up to the table with your own set of beliefs. And nobody or nothing will change your mind except you and time. No matter how convincing you are, it still just takes time. You know? And it helps if you're more open-minded and willing to see the other side. Yeah, so I'll give you an example. I watched The Last Jedi in December, and I thought it sucked. And then people were just telling me, no, it doesn't suck. You have to watch a second time. You gotta, like, blah, 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 and think about this. Like, I listened to their points. I'm like, okay, noted, but it still sucked. Because I walked away from the theater feeling like I was cheated. I felt like I was gypped. I felt like I wanted my money back. Like I got ripped off. I paid to see this movie, and I didn't get my money's worth. And nobody or no argument can convince me otherwise. Like, oh, you know what? Yes, it was time well spent. It was money well spent. No, it was not. I didn't walk away feeling good from that movie. Ugh, and there's so many debates and arguments about that movie, but who cares? The point is, are you happy with the movie? Did you like the story? If you didn't, then that's your opinion. Keep it that way. You don't need to argue against it or for it. Just keep it to yourself. So, when it comes to making money, when it comes to doing business, when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to learning how to swim, there's a foundation to it. There's a set amount of time that you need to sacrifice in order to get really good at it. You gotta make mistakes. But remember this, when it comes to business or anything in life, if you want to be good at something, before you become the master, you have to become the fool. I'll say it one more time. Before you become the master, you must become the fool. And what that means is you have to make mistakes. You have to look like an idiot. You have to be a newbie in order to become really great at something later on. So I sucked at swimming when I first started. I told you my story so many times. I hated putting my face in the water. It's like drinking gallons of chlorinated water every day. I hated it. Guitar, I wasn't that good at it. No. Singing, I wasn't that good at Korean. I wasn't that good at it. Everyone laughed at my Korean. Everyone still laughs at my Korean. Business? Oh my god, I lost so much money spent on recording goddamn albums that didn't make any money. Guitar gear that just put a hole in my finances. Businesses that failed, websites that failed, debt that I accumulated, stupid things I bought, failed relationships. You know what? But you know what? All these failures, they're there for a reason. Because later on, you're going to get good at it. You're going to get good at relationships. You're going to get good at business. You're going to get good at swimming. You're going to get good at handstands. Anybody who's good at something, I say props to them. And I know they've walked a very long and hard and difficult path in order to get there. Seriously, I know thousands of hours that they must have put into doing that, getting good at that. Nobody's born lucky. Nobody's given these gifts. No matter how talented you are, you still got to put in the work. So keep that in mind. And with that, I will end the live stream because I have to go work out now. I got to put in my 10,000 hours. But yes, okay, keep it up. Keep going. Keep trying. join the Facebook group for swimming if you want to just document your journey, because it is a journey. It will take you a long time. You don't have to do it alone, okay? So join the Facebook group. Click the link below if you want to learn how to swim. Learn with me, 7dayswim.co. If you want to learn guitar, juicyguitar.com. If you want to talk to me, ask me more questions. But for now, I have to go, and I will see you tomorrow, okay? So, love you, keep working hard, and